I'm very curious if Mario Cristobal kind of has that, homesick feeling. I mean, he's out in Eugene, Oregon, Mark. I mean, he's originally from Miami, Florida. He's probably born and raised from Westchester. Went to Christopher Columbus Senior High School. I'm sure he loves Arbetter's hot dogs, which is it's a established institution in Westchester, Florida for hot dogs. I mean, right next to Christopher Columbus Senior High School. He's a local guy from Miami. Bleeds orange and green. That's his alma mater. I'm sure he's homesick instead of being in the raining, depressing weather in Eugene, Oregon. I'm sure it's pretty at times, but you're all the way out there, and he can kill it in recruiting in South Florida. But I think at the end of the day, Phil Knight, I really think he has Mario Cristobal in his pocket. I mean, we saw that when he was getting contacted for the Auburn job. They call his agent up, and he's like, "Hey, are you interested in the Auburn job?" And they literally give him an extension.
I would love to see a study done. It would take a whole lot of research to do, but you take destinations like South Florida, Southern California, places like that, number one, are beautiful places to live. Number two, have a lot to do. Number three, have tremendous high school football talent. Take the players that decide to go to, as you well know, there's been an influx of players going to Nebraska, for example, from South Florida. And if there's a higher rate of players leaving those schools that maybe go to the Midwest or go to the upper Northwest, to an Oregon from South Florida. And of course, this is a different situation with a coach, but still, there seems to be a higher rate of players who are dissatisfied once they leave some of these locations, leave home, go to a place that they're not familiar with, and then they're regretting a decision that they made a couple of years down the line.
Yeah, like Lincoln, Nebraska.
Different life.
How many players have we seen commit to Nebraska and then just like one semester they just take off? I think we're waiting for one more player, Mark. I think it's Jared Williams. I think that's it, and I think he will be returning. Now that's just my educated, guess per se. I think he will be returning though. I don't see him declaring for the draft, or maybe if he doesn't, want to stick around longer, but maybe De'Aaron King's talking to him as well, former teammate of him down at Houston. So, ultimately I think he will return, but I think that's the only person we're waiting on. Everyone else, we're ready to go. Mike Harley, he's coming back. Bubba Bolden as well. Brevin Jordan declared for the draft. Best of luck in your NFL endeavors moving forward. So I think we'll be ready to go. And Will Mallory, that's going to be our tight end one. So very excited about Will Mallory, and I think he'll take a huge step this next season. And, I think start off where we left off with Brevin Jordan.
We all heard a lot about Will Mallory when he was signed, and I saw a different player last year than the Will Mallory I saw the year before. He just seemed to be so much more confident, more aggressive, just basically having the attitude that it was his football, plucking passes out of the air. He showed his flashes the season before, but last year he was just a very confident player out there and winning 50-50 balls. And just they designed a lot of plays for him that just broke him straight loose on a lot of plays that totally duped the defense that they got. Both he and some running backs out of the backfield, Chaney and Harris, big pass plays out of the backfield. Martin, good to see you. Always joining us on our Miami shows here. And this is a common theme right here, Paul, the argument from the Miami fan base about whether it's a lack of talent or a lack of coaching and development. The problem in Miami has been the talent, not the coaching. The defensive system ranked in 2017 and 18 because we had NFL talent. It's all about talent. Ask Alabama.
Well, 2017, 2018, let's take Mike Jackson, for example. This was literally like a 2-star recruit out of Hoover, Alabama that Al Golden recruited. I think the talent is there. We always finish top 10 in recruiting rankings with every coach. We've had Randy Shannon. He was number 1 in the nation. He did a great job in recruiting. Al Golden, he finished in the top 10 as well in one class. Mark Richt as well, recruiting. We finished in the top 10. I think we finished 7 or 8 per se. Manny Diaz, I think he's doing a better job locally in recruiting. One thing we're missing out on, Mark, is the under the radar recruits that are slipping through South Florida. They're going to schools such as Indiana. Remember, we didn't offer a Tywan Mullen. We didn't offer an Anthony Schwartz at Auburn and Elijah Moore at Ole Miss. Those are guys who are going to be playing in the NFL. We miss out on a lot of guys, and I think under the radar recruits, who don't get as much shine, as much spotlight, they want to work harder. They want to grind it out more to prove people wrong. And I think you got to take those gambles with those players. So we'll see what happens. And I think we're trying to fix that at Miami locally, and we're trying to get the best players in South Florida that the staff evaluates to stay home.